you go. Okay. See if people can hear you.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Yes, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat if you can or cannot hear me. Nice to see everybody. And I'll wait a minute as people are oh, there's feedback. I hear myself. Oh, that should take care of that. Okay. We don't do a lot of lives. So bear with us, my friends. Okay. Everybody can hear me okay? Yeah, good. Thumbs up. Yes. Please put it in the chat. I want to make sure. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. All right. All right. Well, you know, it's interesting about doing this. One of the requests that I get a lot is for me to record in my voice, obviously, Supercharged Self-Healing. I just wasn't given that opportunity being a first-time author. And as you know, Change Your Mind, I narrated, and all my books that are coming out, Access Superconsciousness that comes out in a few months, I'll be narrating all those books. It was just, unfortunately, that's just how this one shook out, right? But it won't happen again. So I too am desirous of having my work in my voice. So, and I thought it would just be great if we could spend time together again on Friday. And every Friday we'll be doing this until we're all the way through the book. So I'm not in a rush. I hope you're not in a rush. The main component of this, of doing this live with all of you and reading my first book, which, by the way, just went into its 9th printing. There's no words. Incredible. And that's because of all of you. Thank you. Keep spreading the word, by the way, please, about these works. They change everything for everyone. Thank you. What I won't be doing, I guess, is I won't be answering questions because it's kind of impossible to read this. And I'll pause at certain points. I'll give some more context. Maybe I'll give some information in terms of background when I was writing that, or just adding to it, if that makes sense. But it would be, I think this experience would actually start to get hampered if I kept looking at the chat to answer questions. So I hope that makes sense. And maybe at the very end, I'll just answer a couple of questions. Okay, so I'm going to be reading and giving context to the work. I'm excited. I haven't read Supercharged Self-Healing out loud ever. So this will be the first time I ever do this. I'm just really grateful that you're all here. And I hope this book has changed your life. It has mine. It has mine. And just please keep spreading the word. Keep spreading the word. And just before I get started, if you don't mind, please put in the chat where you are located right now. Where are you right now? What part of the world are you? Most of you know I'm in Arkansas. We had a tornado watch last night, by the way. All's clear. Everything's okay. But tornado watch. Let's see. Where is everybody? Hello, Hilda. Oh, I saw Arkansas. How foolish, thinking I can read this as it moves so quickly. I can barely. Oh, Perth, Australia. Mai's in Austin, right near me. A couple more, Australia. Wonderful. I mean, the whole planet is here. The whole planet is here. Really incredible. Sri Lanka. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, I am in Arkansas. Yes, I am. Oh, someone's in Hot Springs. Monica. Hopefully a tornado did not touch down there. Did that happen, by the way, Monica? Vegas, wonderful, wonderful. New Zealand, Mexico City, incredible, incredible. I'm trying to remember. Have I done any lives? I know I did a live global meditation a while. I don't even know if I've done any lives. I don't think I have. Not that I can recall. So we're about to change that. That's for sure. Okay. Really great. My glasses are a little crooked. I think it's my headset, but that's okay. All right. Spain, welcome, welcome. Oh, Little Rock, welcome. Lovely to have all of you here. Lovely to have all of you here. And again, I can't thank you enough for all the support. The emails that I get, I mean, it's there's no words. There's no words. There really isn't. Let me take a drink from my favorite mug. Cheers to all of you. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, my friends, what I'm going to do is, like I said, kind of impossible for me to read and look at the chat. Okay. So for now, I'm going to start focusing on this. Okay. Let's begin. All right. Oh, I have an autographed copy of my own book, to RJ. Okay. All right. Let's start from the beginning, my friends. I don't mean the disclaimer, but let's start with the dedication. Maybe I'll turn this way. Is that better like that? Okay. Let's begin. Dedication. This book is dedicated to everyone, everywhere, who is suffering, and to those who compassionately care for all of those who cannot care for themselves. Also, to all the souls who have so courageously endeavored to have the human experience. I dedicate this book to the masters who test their divine perfection, iron will, and cosmic consciousness in their efforts to free and lead humanity. And above all else, it is dedicated to the one spirit that moves through all of existence. May this book serve its highest purpose, the victory of the light. Note, this book was written from what I experienced directly through a state of higher consciousness, clarity, connectivity, and communion. These pages do not contain any beliefs or non-beliefs, but rather my direct personal experience as well as the true stories of those who utilize the Ascended Frequencies healing technique I developed to bring my permanently paralyzed and destroyed body back to life. I love you all more than you will ever know. I am your holy brother. I'm going to read the foreword. It was written by my friend Adrian, who is really my only guest. My only guest during the time I spent in the hospital rehab. So this is by Adrian Bean. I first treated RJ at perhaps his lowest point. He was paralyzed from the chest down, and his surgeon told him to get used to it because he'd never seen a patient recover. It was 4 days after he'd undergone emergency spinal surgery to remove a sizable infection that had pressed against his cord, causing complete paralysis from the mid-back down. He had rampant diabetes and severe thyroid dysfunction as well. In addition to invading the spine, the lethal infection had completely overwhelmed his immune system, causing a severe autoimmune response. I am an acupuncturist and have treated over 75,000 patients in my 25 years as a clinician. I also practice visceral manipulation and cranial osteopathy, a lineage emphasizing anatomically precise manual palpation skills. We work directly with nerves, organs, arteries, fascia, ligaments, tissues, bones, joints, etc. We also work directly with the brain and spinal cord. Once connected, we can then directly interact with the various tissues of the body, helping restore proper function. As I assessed RJ, his status was beyond grim. The crushed spine had caused the complete chest down paralysis, the inflamed pancreas, the retracted heart, the enlarged and nodular thyroid. Multiple systems were overrun and essentially broken. I was utterly astounded by another specific feature. I could directly feel that he was totally fine. His soul was unscathed by the severe condition of his body. Early during the first session, as I worked with his brain and spinal cord to help restore flow through the damaged region, I had my hand on the crown of his head. After decades of practice and experience, I can differentiate various qualities of the brain and nerves. As I felt his head, expecting to feel his brain, I encountered a vast, empty space. It was absolutely vacant and silent. Of the tens of thousands of patients I have treated during my long career as a health practitioner, I have never encountered this quality. The only way I can describe it is authentic enlightenment. RJ was fully cognizant of the adversity and razor clear that his will would manifest his total healing. I have often encountered optimism in patients battling against steep odds, but this was completely different. He was simultaneously totally focused on walking and healing while being completely at peace with his severely compromised condition. He exuded full acceptance while all his energy was focused on healing. Within 3 weeks, he wiggled a toe. Within 3 months, he was walking exactly as he had predicted. His recovery was not at all linear. It was rapid, with multiple quantum leaps. Not only was the permanent chest down paralysis healed, but his diabetes and thyroid dysfunction were also resolved. I have never seen this degree of transformation, let alone in such a short time. While I regularly witness dramatic improvements in my patients, if I hadn't witnessed this myself, I would consider it humanly impossible. This illustrates part of his profound and almost unexplainable skill set: healing. As I treated RJ over the following months, we became friends. Working on him was unique because he could directly feel and utilize my skill, intention, and perspective. Another rarity was that he was teaching me about energetics while I worked on him, rather than the other way around. I discovered that we share some common ground. I teach patients meditation and ways to use their intention to promote healing. I work to free people from their limiting mindset and unleash their power so their body can heal. On a daily basis, I appeal to them not to squander their energy in thought and negativity, but to gather it and direct it into the cells and tissues. People need to get out of their own way. RJ has truly conquered this. RJ is also masterful with energy. Many people like myself can move and gather chi. RJ is operating on an entirely different level. He has fully emptied himself. He doesn't think, he simply knows. Because of the nature of his being, he has access to very high frequency energy. This intelligent energy, as he calls it, is unlike any chi I have encountered. We don't have this in common. Here, RJ stands alone. Over my lifetime, I have interacted with shamans, yogis, qigong masters, mediums, and healers. RJ is unlike any being I have ever met, and his wisdom, perspective, and abilities extend far, far beyond anything I have ever experienced or thought possible. I was given the gift of witnessing and participating in RJ's healing. As he met the massive challenges with grace, he was blessed with physical healing and expanded energetic power. I continue to benefit from the collaboration as I am elevated by it. That was written by Adrian Bean. How's everybody doing so far? Good? Very interesting to read this, by the way. Very interesting. Okay. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay. I'm going to read the introduction as well. I'm going to read everything in the book. Everything in the book. Okay. This is the introduction. Welcome, my friends. Chances are you're reading this book because you seek true liberation. Maybe you want to heal a physical issue, mental suffering, emotional trauma, or perhaps even a disease. I want you to understand that this journey is much bigger than even that. Fasten your seatbelt, because this is a giant leap forward in the evolution of individual and collective consciousness. You're about to learn the same steps that I took to heal my permanent chest-down paralysis, as well as the myriad of diseases and catastrophic health issues I was diagnosed with. Before we get into the spiritual physics of self-healing directed by the higher consciousness, I want to share with you something that is quite personal. When I was a child, I would normally and without any effort be able to see beyond the veil of our physical senses. I remember explaining to my mother that when I lay down to sleep at night, I would wake up in other realms outside of this world. At the very beginning of these experiences, I would close my eyes, and in a moment, I was pure spirit once again. My consciousness was outside of my body, and I would literally watch myself sleep. Sometimes I was floating above my body, and other times I was standing beside my bed. This quickly progressed with my consciousness effortlessly roaming our house, neighborhood, and even local mountaintops. I realized that without any physical effort, my spirit could go anywhere. My lack of earthly attachments to being human and a focused intention were all that was required to catapult my consciousness into much higher realms of existence. I began to interact with advanced beings and their realities. My daily and nightly adventures afforded me significantly deeper understanding of our mind, body, spirit, and how they work in relation to the unseen world. It became totally normal for me to experience the seemingly unimaginable and to retain the depth of these magical wonders and their timeless wisdom. When I told my mom about leaving my body and traveling in the unseen world, she had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. I really thought that what I was doing was totally normal, and for me it was. I was shocked to hear the exact opposite was true for her and basically everybody else. Me doing this sort of thing certainly wasn't encouraged, to say the least, so I ceased talking about it for roughly 20 years. In fact, for the most part, I stopped actively doing it. It wasn't until I was 24 years old that I started to intellectually understand what I had been doing naturally and effortlessly as a child. Since then, I have spent the last 25 years of my life deconstructing, exploring, explaining, and teaching what I instinctively did as a child. With that brief recapping of my history in mind, let's fast forward to near present day. After being discharged from my 2-month hospital rehabilitation stay as a result of an unexplained catastrophic septic shock that ravaged my body and still paralyzed from the chest down, I was warned that my brittle rib cage was about to snap due to the physical exertion I was perpetually putting my body through in order to regain sensation and functionality from the chest down. I knew this physical exertion was an essential component in the journey to overcome my permanent chest down paralysis. This was my response to that dire warning my health practitioner had given me. I am willing to break everything in order to put it back together properly. I share this so everyone will understand the mindset of total victory. Authentic repair, true healing, and spiritual transcendence of great energetic disharmony and physical dysfunction are often beyond brutal. Your repair and healing will be the biggest challenge you have ever given yourself. It will be filled with overwhelming fear, constant physical turmoil, and emotional upheaval. There will be countless disheartening setbacks, sometimes painful rehabilitation injuries, and less than encouraging medical updates. Ultimately, the entire journey of healing is a crushingly lonely individual endeavor. But I am here to tell you, you are not alone. The answer to your overcoming all of this disharmony and suffering begins with the knowing that none of these phenomena are you. If you can perceive it, it cannot be you. You are what perceives. Woven within the very fabric of your perception is your depth of wisdom and love, and that is the real you. That is what eternally exists prior and gives life to the voice inside your head, your body, and the disharmony it experiences. No one is going to overcome your obstacles for you because they cannot. See ill health for what it is, a challenge. Nothing more and nothing less. Accept it without hesitation so you can summon true grace and real power. I'm going to show you how to remain supremely focused on your task. Never doubt that it won't be achieved. Do not leak your energy on any possibilities but your triumph. Never waver. What was once seemingly impossible, will eventually be your manifested reality of victory if you refuse to give in. Many people with chronic illnesses, addiction issues, and various physical, mental, and emotional traumas that weren't healed through other modalities have experienced a significant improvement in their well-being by practicing the Ascended Frequencies healing technique. These people have experienced firsthand that healing comes in many forms and beyond the physical, and that authentic healing does not exist outside of themselves, but rather within. My personal self-healing journey is medically documented and captured on video because I knew nobody believed this was possible. I am eternally devoted to helping others heal and liberate themselves using the same wisdom and techniques that I used. The 7-step Ascended Frequencies healing technique captures exactly what I did to transcend the human ego-mind identity and heal my entire body of energy. With the Ascended Frequencies healing technique, everyone and anyone who's sick, suffering, or seeking true ascension can now avail themselves of what has been, up until now, outside the collective consciousness. All components of the Ascended Frequencies healing technique take the current understanding, application, and efficacy of neural rewiring and expound and enhance it by an order of magnitude. We're going to address how to access and cleanse our entire body of energy, and not just the more obvious lower sensory realms, by authentically activating our higher consciousness. This revolutionary understanding goes well beyond the mental reconfiguration of beliefs. You will learn how to powerfully redirect the same energy you use every day to think, emote, act, and behave for your healing, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. My transcendence of permanent paralysis and severe ill health is your permission slip to do the impossible for yourself. You would not have this book in your hands if you are not ready. Let's begin. How's everybody doing? Okay? Good? All right. How to use this book. Side note, how to use this book. Lots of notes back and forth between myself and the publisher, Llewellyn, about this. They were adamant that I add certain sections to this book to make it as easily accessible as possible, and I'm glad they were adamant about that, because I feel that their notes were needed. Every now and then, the editor is very, very helpful. Excuse me. And in this case, absolutely. Llewellyn helped make this book clearer and better, without a doubt. So I want to thank everybody. Okay, how to use this book. Remember, true healing is not a mental exercise, emotional indulgence, or physical exertion. We often mentally comprehend what's wrong, but can't change our state of being or ill health. Surrender is the key to unlocking your full potential. You must become one with the self in order to powerfully command the divine process of healing, as explained in this book. When we talk about surrender, I mean completely, not just mentally, emotionally, or physically. Never reach for a result, but rather endlessly flow with the creative process itself. Working with these steps will help. The steps of the Ascend the Frequencies healing technique. As you do the exercises in this book, dwell within the self, your essence, not in thought, emotion, or physical tension, and watch what happens to your general state of being and health. We'll get more into how to go about doing this in Chapter 2 and Step 1. Being free, being the self, will become your new habit. It makes for a far greater quality of life, and the only true quality of life. I will guide you on your return to what is original to you: divinity, freedom, harmony, and perfection. By utilizing the Ascended Frequencies healing technique, the ego-mind identity that is troubled by the body's ill health begins to lose its sway over the self's eternal freedom and perfection. And with it, so does its program of ill health. The wisdom contained within this book is needed in order for you to drop many preconceived notions about healing. Most of us are unwilling to change our habits. And in order to become well and liberated, it must be done. Step 1, and your tangible understanding of it, is essential for your liberation and healing. it is crucial to tangibly see the egoic identity, and you will, in order to break its hold over your completeness and perfection. The efficacy of the protocols in step 1 are immediately palpable. True union with any remaining step, once step 1 has been mastered, will yield incredible results. Here is a summary of the full Ascend the Frequencies Healing Technique program. This summary of the steps and their practices is repeated in even more detail in the book's conclusion, starting on page 173. This is a good page to bookmark for easy access as you move through the program. Step 1, access your true essence. Let go of your EMI and access your true essence. These simple yet immensely powerful and transformative protocols dissolve the illusion of the ego-mind identity, which is the root cause of all suffering and ill health. The core exercises help you connect with your true essence. Step 2, know specifically what you are going to achieve. Separate from your doubts and know specifically what you're going to achieve. You'll ask yourself the question, what specifically do I want to achieve? And refine your answer multiple times through repeat questioning. The more fine-tuned and specific your answer, the more power you can harness to bring to your specific desire into manifestation. Rather than doubting, you can marry yourself to the vibration of victory already within you. This step will help you learn how to never waver in your conviction, so that tangible recognition of your intention and desire must manifest. Once the desired achievement is written, the energetic contract is always in force, unless you willfully break it. Step 3, activate your healing intention. Activate the state of healing with the intention you created in step 2. You will see, imagine, feel, perform, and verbalize your action. This step utilizes all fundamental human expression, mental, emotional, physical, and verbal, and activates the higher frequencies of intention and desire. This step can be thought of it in this way: mental visualization plus physical action plus emotional stimulation plus the spoken word equals full activation of your healing intention. It's also how you do magic. Step 4, command creator consciousness. You will learn how to access higher states of consciousness. This step provides the ultimate high frequency meditation where you can access the hidden realms within the higher mind of Source. Higher consciousness is the chemist of our biology and the architect of our form. Accessing commanding this higher frequency energy helps us to repair and heal at the root and not just treat symptoms. Like an Etch-a-Sketch, access your higher consciousness and recreate yourself based upon what is original to you, the blueprint of perfection. Step 5, channel intelligent energy into the body. You will learn how to access intelligent energy by channeling it into your body through the crown chakra. Follow the instructions in order to open your crown chakra and command or download intelligent energy into and through your entire body of energy. You can also have the intelligent energy pour out of your mini palm chakras and or your heart chakra and into any body part, organ, or system that needs repair. This intelligent energy has the innate ability to transmute and deprogram lower frequency disharmony, which repairs and heals you. And by the way, that step 5, channel intelligent energy into the body, is so closely connected to the origin and inception and conception of Reiki. And the original downloader or creator of Reiki was an incarnation of Master R, also known as Saint Germain. Step 6, turn off the program of illness. Here you will learn how to turn off, unplug, and sever the connections to illness, like you would unplug and take down a neon sign. By accessing the higher frequencies, which the building blocks of our form and function exist, or I should say, where the building blocks of our form and function exist, we learn to simply apply step 6 to literally turn off the program of illness that we're running. Symptoms are simply the tangible subset of various types of misprogramming we acquire and run called illness and disease. Like any misprogramming, these abnormalities were added and therefore can be turned off and deleted. You hear me? Your mind-body complex biological computer runs best with the least amount of non-native programs running on its hard drive. No different from turning off a light and unplugging it from its power source. Once done, the light is permanently off. The same is true when we turn off and delete the programs of illness that we are running. The illness no longer has an energy source to sustain itself. Step 7, use the power of the spoken word. Here you will utilize the ancient power within the spoken word for repair, self-healing, and a greater quality of life. You can reharmonize your entire body of energy through commands, mantras, and affirmations. You'll learn how to let yourself's supremely high vibration regain total dominion over your incarnation by verbalizing your divinity, perfection, freedom, and victory. Vibration or sound has been used for therapeutic purposes throughout antiquity, and true healers have continued to use it ever since. Our most powerful vibration is the internal dialogue we speak directly from the self to our conscious mind and body of energy. Lower frequency disharmony cannot exist within a supremely high vibrational environment. As Buddha is believed to have said, what we think, we become. What we imagine, we create. What we feel, we attract. Expression through speech can ensure your complete victory and liberation from disharmony. Upon mastering and embodying the wisdom within step 1, complete dedication to any step within the Ascend the Frequencies healing technique can yield significant results in repair and healing and a far greater quality of life. Initially, do each of the steps in sequential order to familiarize yourself with all of the healing technique's components. At that point, you may be drawn to certain specific steps you wish to utilize frequently. All steps result in the tangible, direct experience of your true self and the regaining of command over more and more of your energy. The mastery of multiple components within the Ascend the Frequencies healing technique exponentially increases your power, transcendence, repair, healing, quality of life, and liberation. How long to practice? We can look at the frequency and duration of performing any of these steps like we would approach a physical workout regime or a meditation, yoga, or martial arts discipline. 45 minutes of complete union and dedication daily to any single step will produce great results. The beauty of the Ascend the Frequencies healing technique is that you can do the steps for far more than 45 minutes without ever getting exhausted. The more you let go as you give yourself over to the process itself, the more of your vitality, your energy returns, the healthier and more powerful you become in every way. Even 3 20-minute sessions dedicated daily to a single step would be a great start. Extending your consciously directed parasympathetic state for longer durations greatly increases self-healing efficacy. Let your enhanced quality of inner peace, expanded consciousness, and tangible freedom from disharmony be your criteria. How are we doing? How are we doing, everybody? Good? All right, let me see. All right, what I'm going to do is let's finish the introduction. Let's finish the introduction, okay? Everybody tracking? Thank you. Okay. By the way, this is page 9 within the introduction. If you are reading alone, okay, you can do this. Many of us can get thrown off by self-care. That is because we are so used to being out of balance and aggressive with ourselves, even with our own healing. Any return to true inner balance feels odd. Powering through things ultimately leaves us drained of energy. When doubt that you can do this rears its head, simply ask yourself, who is it that doubts? Your answer will be me. I'm the one who doubts. Then ask yourself, who am I? You will get no answer. The mind will go blank. That's because the voice inside your head, the egoic identity, is not you. It's just a looped program of limitations. We're going to learn how to make this character disappear like magic, and a superior quality of life will be revealed. As you do the work properly, your vibration rises. Exist within a high frequency environment. The self, your essence, is a supremely high frequency. By attuning the brain, which the body must then follow, to the supreme vibration of the self, healing occurs. Period. Some of our new understandings will shine a much needed light upon the idea of looking and straining for results. Exertion and forced effort keeps us from accessing our innate balance and inner harmony. It is essential to understand that it is the egoic identity alone who has the poor quality of life, whether the body is sick or not. The self, what you really are, is formless, free, and unconditioned. My physical body was destroyed, permanently paralyzed from the chest down, racked with incomprehensible pain, severe chronic illness, and life-threatening conditions, yet I was in a state of grace. I did not suffer. More accurately, I was in a state of cosmic consciousness, and my healing was a direct result of this. Once the egoic identity has less of a stranglehold on the self and its body of energy, the ailments that we are the awareness of do not impede our quality of life like before. We have space through the freedom of non-identification. That workspace is needed in order to repair and heal. It is always about the quality of our inner life, because our outer life is not the self. Not only do we learn how to repair and heal our body of energy, and healing comes in many forms, we also learn how to free ourselves from the tyranny of the egoic identity. That is why the Ascended Frequencies healing technique is revolutionary. All of us have much nobler purpose than just the prolonging of our physical life. It is time to find this out for yourself. It's the only way to truly know anything. As the egoic identity disappears, the one who is troubled disappears as well. As stated earlier, healing comes in many forms, and the physical is only one of them. Sometimes we sign up for instantaneous healing, fast healing, gradual healing, slow healing, or even no healing. That is because we must first address our higher vibrational misperceptions, misunderstandings, and misidentifications. Nothing originates in the physical. And that is why there is nothing curative in this realm. It's not punishment. It's just how the game of self-realization is played. And it is time to play it like a master. I wrote this book so we can all begin to remember how to transcend suffering, the constraints of the human condition, and enjoy a greater quality of life. To be able to repair and heal ourselves, as well as each other, is eternally within each of us. It's really about the freedom of authentic self-realization in the form of a prescriptive book on how to repair, heal, and transcend disharmony and ill health. Liberation, freedom, and perfection are your destiny and birthright. Each one of you is the physical manifestation of that birthright. Healing comes in many forms, and whatever form it begins with is of no consequence. What is important is that your liberation from suffering is manifested here and now. Trust in yourself so completely and utterly that fear and doubt no longer exist. You are more powerful than you can possibly imagine. We are all a spark of the infinite, a light that shines eternally, a life stream that continues infinitely. Your freedom from the self-imposed prison of your belief-based egoic identity and its disharmonious body of energy is how you heal and transcend. This transcendence, this freedom, is the victory of the light. If you are scared or doubt yourself in any way, simply close your eyes, reach out, and take my hand. It is always there. I have pledged my eternal existence to the freeing of humanity. And I shall remain here for you in freedom, love, and triumph for all eternity. You have my unwavering devotion and attention always. I am your holy brother. That was the introduction. And that is a good place to stop for today. Well, it's an honor. It's there really aren't words to describe how I feel and the ability that I have to come here when needed and do whatever is needed. It's humbling. I can't thank you enough for being here. If you haven't gotten Supercharged Self-Healing yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please get the Supercharged Self-Healing. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't really look at the chat, obviously, while reading. It's impossible. Even for me, it's impossible. So thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to picking up where we left off. So where we'll start next Friday will literally be part 1, the fundamentals of the Ascended Frequencies Healing Technique. So we'll pick it up from there. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm glad we get to spend time together. And I remain your holy brother.